Herkese merhabalar. Connect UK World Class Üniversite Webinar serimize hoş geldiniz. Ben İmran Mehmet, British Education Bureau BEB eğitim uzmanı olarak bugün bir değerli İngiltere Üniversitemiz daha olan King's College London'dan yetkilimiz Dolan Mitra ile birlikteyiz. Dünyanın en iyi 35 üniversitesinden biri olan KCL hakkında yetkilimiz bilgi aktarmadan önce ben çok kısa BEB'den bahsetmek isterim, British Education Bureau'da. Biz BEB olarak King's College London'ın Türkiye'deki resmi temsilciliğini yapan kurumuz. Temsil ettiğimiz üniversitelerin Türkiye'deki tanıtım faaliyetlerini destekliyoruz. Aynı zamanda üniversitelerin Türkiye'deki organizasyonlarını yapan kurumuz. 2002 yılında Oxford'da kurulduk. İngiliz ve Türk kuruculara sahip bir yapımız bulunmaktadır. 20 yıldır da İstanbul, Ankara, İzmir olmak üzere Türkiye'deki 3 büyük şehrimizde, ofislerimizde öğrencilerimize destek sağlıyoruz. Uzmanlık alanımız tamamen Birleşik Krallık eğitim sistemidir. Üniversitelerin giriş şartları, başvuru süreçleri, vize noktasında olmak üzere birçok aşamada öğrencilerimize destek sağlıyoruz. Tüm danışmanlık kadromuz Birleşik Krallık eğitim sistemine hakim. Bu konuda sürekli olarak eğitim almaya devam eden bir yapıdan oluşmaktadır. Birleşik Krallık'ta toplam 130 tane devlet üniversitesi vardır. Biz BEB olarak bu 130 üniversitenin 90'ını Türkiye'deki resmi temsilciliğini yapıyoruz. Temsilciliğini yaptığımız üniversiteler içinde öğrencilerimize ücretsiz danışmanlık hizmetimiz bulunuyor. Bugünden sonraki tüm webinarlarımızı ve diğer etkinliklerimizi internet sayfamız, Instagram ve Facebook üzerinden takip edebilirsiniz. Aynı zamanda İstanbul, Ankara, İzmir ve Lefkoşa'daki ofislerimize bu numaralardan ulaşabilirsiniz. Sorularınız, merak ettiğiniz tüm soruları sunum sırasında veya sonunda chat box üzerinden yazılı olarak ya da el kaldırma butonuyla sesli bir şekilde paylaşabilirsiniz. Sunum sonunda üniversite yetkilimiz sorularınızı yanıtlıyor olacak. Thank you very much, Dolan. It's yours now.
Thank you so much. I'll quickly share my screen. I hope you can all see and hear me.
Yes, we can.
Thank you so much. Okay, so good evening and hello everyone. My name is Dolan and I'm the International Student Recruitment Manager for King's College London. Well, I look after Middle East, Africa and South Asia. Really lovely to be here with all of you. Thanks to BEB for welcoming King's to this session. Now, in this session, I want to very briefly, well, I don't know, I hope it's going to be very brief. It's really difficult to be brief with King's College London. However, I would like to introduce you to King's College London and focus on the entry criteria and applications in this session. And of course, I'm happy to take some questions after my presentation is over. Now, before we start, please may I request you to fill in the online form that I have posted in the chat, which I will be posting in the chat, to be honest. In fact, I have it on my slide now. So it's a QR code. So if you just use your phone and scan the QR code, it will open up to a form. And it will be wonderful if you register your interest with King's College London by filling in the form. Now, please do fill it up. It won't take more than a minute, I can assure you. Now, this is really important because if you want to be in touch with King's, if you want to have all the updates from King's, if you want to be invited for a whole lot of events and online sessions, webinars, postgraduate open week, undergraduate open week, which are happening online, then we will be able to send those invites out to you through your email. Hence, it'll be wonderful if you give us your details so that we may invite you. Of course, it is not compulsory. If you want to be in touch, only then you should fill in the form. Okay. So I'll just give it a minute, Imran, if you don't mind, for the students to fill in the form. Let me see if I can post it in the chat box. Yes, I've got the form. So I've posted the link in the chat box as well. So in case you're unable to scan the QR code, you can just open the link in the chat box. So just give me a sign, or maybe through the chat box. If you have been able to fill in the form, then I'll carry on. Okay, wonderful. I think I've got one response. So that's nice to know. Great. So I think more or less everybody will be completing it very, very soon. So I'll just move on then. And thank you very much, guys, for filling it up. Thank you. All right. So moving on, King's was founded in 1829 by the then King of England. And because we were founded by the King, we were called King's College London. We are the oldest, sorry, not the oldest, but the fourth oldest university in England. And we were the founding college of University of London. So we've had a pretty long and proud history so far. We've produced 30 Nobel laureates and quite a list of inventors and discoverers who have made life-changing impact on humanity. So if you're aware, we've had Rosalind Franklin, who discovered the structure of the DNA, so which was first photographed in our labs at the Strand campus. And we've had James Clerk Maxwell, invented the famous Maxwell's equations of electromagnetism. Well, these equations underpin everything digital. So no Maxwell, no internet, as simple as that. And we've had Daniel inventing the very first constant current battery. No Daniel, no smartphones, as we wouldn't have been able to charge these phones at that time, right? The exciting bit is that as a student, you can also get involved in all these research that is happening through various programs. Like for the undergrad students, we have the undergraduate research fellowships, summer research projects, and of course, postgraduate students, 1/3 of their course is research, and there are other ways they can get involved as well. Now, King's also has good rankings. For those who follow rankings, we are currently top 35 in the world, top 7 in the UK, and top 3 in London, as per the QS World University Rankings of 2022. Of course, there are other rankings, and I don't really want to quote all of them. So this is one for you. And moving on to where we are based, well, this is where King's is located, right in the middle of London. And honestly, I feel it is one of the best located universities in the world, because at King's, all the resources and all the opportunities are right at your doorstep. So, and London is also the #1 student city in the world. So it has been voted like the best student city twice in a row. So student city, of course, means that it is a very friendly city. It is student friendly. There are a whole lot of resources, opportunities available to the student. Lots of things for students to do, to explore, right? So where our location is concerned, you can see that we are very close to the London Eye. If you've been to London, you must have seen the London Eye. If you can see number 6 over there, that's London Eye for you. And if you see the red boxes, number 1, 2, there's 4, there's 10, 15, and there's 16. Yeah, so these are our campuses. So we have 5 campuses, and 4 of them are located in central London. The one that is like on the lower right-hand corner, that is our Denmark Hill campus, where psychology, psychiatry, and neuroscience are taught. Right. Now, although in the picture, the campuses are kind of looking very spread out. Oops, sorry. Yeah, the campuses are looking very spread out. However, they are not far from each other. They are within walking distance or short bus rides or underground rides of each other. You can take a walk, you can take a bike, you can take public transport, you'll get 30% discount in public transport. So yeah, you can do that. Now, all the boxes in purple are institutions of importance, right? So from the image, I'm sure you're getting a sense that we are literally surrounded by the very best that London has to offer to the world. Now, if you want to study law, well, we are in the heart of legal London. And our students work with lawyers from PwC in a legal clinic. I'll talk about that later. Now, if you want to study management, well, we have connections with the finance and business sectors in London. You can do business consultancy for small and medium sized businesses in Westminster. If you want to study English or media studies, film studies, we have collaborations with Shakespeare's Globe, with Tate Modern, with British Film Institute. Now, there is something for every course, really, almost. So, and of course, there are internship or there are placement opportunities for quite a few courses with our connections, right? So, moving on to a closer view of our campuses. So this is our Strand campus. So this is where arts, humanities, social sciences, law, computer sciences, and engineering are taught. And this is our Guy's campus, which is one of our medical campuses, very close to the Shard. It's another famous building. So this is another campus of ours. So it's not really a campus, it is part of the Strand campus because this is the business school. So this is another iconic building. So all our buildings are quite iconic, quite well known. And this is where the BBC used to have its office. They moved out and we moved in, kind of. And our management school is located here. This is one of our libraries. This is our biggest library. It is quite a big library. It's a huge library with tons of resources, and it's going to be very useful for students who want to excel, who want to really prepare well for their lectures and seminars, so and examinations and all that. So a treasure trove of resources really over here. So so moving on to the courses that we offer at let's say at the undergrad level. Now, undergrad, well, we have about 150 plus courses. I mean, sometimes it goes, I don't know, I mean, I'm guessing it's about 150 to 170 courses, somewhere in between. So every year, courses get added on here and there. So I don't have the exact number as yet for the new session. So because there are so many courses, for ease of viewing, I have kind of divided into 5 subject areas. So you can see that we have quite a range of subjects, like from business to law to social science, psychology. There's mathematical sciences, there's lots of life science courses, there's medicine, dentistry, nursing, and even midwifery, right? So a huge number of courses there, quite a variety. And also, all that we teach are of high quality. So in fact, dentistry has been ranked the best in the world. There are lots of well-ranked courses. there are top 15 courses, top 20 courses in the world, that is. So all that is there. So rankings really change from year to year for some reason or the other, although the quality of the courses kind of remain the same continuously, right? So to give you an example of, one of our courses. So let's say if you're interested in BA Liberal Arts, so we are one of the very few universities in the UK. We actually, I believe we started the BA Liberal Arts course. Liberal arts is a big concept in the US, quite popular. However, as a course, a course we started BA Liberal Arts. So it is slightly different from the other courses. So in the first year, you kind of study, you get a taste of the various majors that you might be, interested in. And from year 2 of this course, you can major in one of the 12 options. So the options are from arts, humanities, social sciences. However, psychology is not an option because psychology we consider it to be a science subject, right? So you'll be able to choose modules from politics, from digital culture, English, film studies, theology and religious studies, and so on, right? And similarly, we have another slightly different course, or rather the course structure is slightly different. For example, we have the common year 1 for our UG life sciences courses. Okay, so for quite a few of our life sciences program at the undergrad level, all the students, they follow or they complete the same common year 1 curriculum. They cover the core biomedical science disciplines, and then at the end of year 1, they kind of obviously understand now which specialization they want to kind of focus on. So they can focus on biochemistry, biomedical science, or molecular genetics, or neuroscience, or pharmacology, anatomy, and so on, right? So where where postgraduate courses are concerned, again, it's a huge range of courses, it's kind of spread over 9 faculties. So again, more or less, the undergrad, postgrad, they follow the same faculty. So the kind of the variation of the courses is more or less along the same subject areas. Again, well-ranked courses, award-winning courses. There are some unique courses. Yeah, so quite a variety there. I mean, one subject area can offer almost, 40 courses. One faculty can offer 40, 50 courses. So not all, but yeah, some of them do. That's the variety, and that's the choice that you would have. And there are a whole lot of high-ranked courses, top 5 courses in the UK, top 15 in the world, and so on and so forth. So of course, these courses are of 1-year duration. At the master's level, at the postgraduate taught level, they are usually of 1-year duration. Some courses can be a little longer, 15 to 18 months. And if you want to study dentistry at the postgrad level, then it could be 3 or even 4 years, right? So most of the courses that we offer are very interdisciplinary or multidisciplinary, both at the undergrad and at the postgrad level. That means they kind of, they take elements from different subject areas, and they offer a more comprehensive understanding of that subject, right? Right. So, of course, before you apply, you must see all the details of the course modules, and what is the course objective, what are the details of the courses, what is the structure of the course. You must understand that, so that you get a sense that, okay, this is the course that I really want to do, or this is not really what I'm looking at. Maybe I look at another course. Of course, the entry criteria, you must look at the entry criteria very well before you actually apply for the courses. Now, so at King's, we also use London. I mean, London is such an educative kind of a city. we use London and the world as an extension to your classroom. So King's and PwC and Duncan Lewis Solicitors, they launched the King's Legal Clinic. So it kind of provides free legal advice to members of the public, staff, and students. So our law students really benefit from this, both at the undergrad and at the postgrad level. They work under the supervision of like 30 qualified lawyers. They interview clients, analyze their legal problems, and so on. So again, there are a whole lot of other things that law students can do. They take part in mooting competitions, and there are the Law Professional Institute, and a whole lot of different things that they are exposed to. Another example would be the King's Business School, which is offering free business consultancy to small, medium enterprises in Westminster. So undergrad students are paired with small businesses across Westminster to kind of address life challenges that the local entrepreneurs are facing. So, you know, there may be problems in recruitment, in HR, or marketing, social media, maybe financial analysis, strategy, maybe business planning, analysis, and so on. So you know, students get to address those problems and work along with the businesses. Those who are interested in psychology, it's our psychology institute. I mean, it's really an extremely eminent, prestigious faculty by itself. It has its own identity. It is so well known and so good. We also have the Maudsley Hospital along with the psychology department. So it's one of those few departments in the world which also has a mental health hospital along with it. So our psychology students, you know, they have placement in this world famous hospital called Maudsley Hospital. And also they can have placements in, like, let's say, secure psychiatric units, working with psychologists and so on. So there is something here and there for, you know, quite a few of our courses. And of course, there are, you know, student societies, there are sports clubs. So there are 250 plus student societies, there are 70 plus sports clubs. Now, this is really good for doing what you love, for networking opportunities, to learn something in a fun way, to improve your skills and profile. So these are, you know, the skills that you learn from these kind of activities. They're really valued by the employers. So it's not just your, you know, if you're going to King's, employers will know that you are a good student, but however, what are the skills you have which is suitable for the role, right? So you can, you know, the way you think, the way you approach problems, the way you resolve them, what is your method, what is your approach. So all that is, you know, you develop through various kinds of activities, both academically as well as outside of it, right? So, and if you're interested in sports, well, we are really, you know, very serious about sports. We have produced Olympic medalists. Even the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, we produced 2 bronze medalists in athletics. So 4 of our students or alums participated in the Olympics. So we have a wonderful, you know, infrastructure to kind of support these high achieving athletes. So moving on, just to give you a sense, like I told you, and we are extremely strong in research. We produce so many Nobel laureates. So you can also be part of, you know, you can learn alongside the leading academics. You know, projects are offered by the academic staff. And so you can kind of, you know, you can support them with laboratory work by conducting interviews or undertaking a literature review, or it could be so many different things. So those opportunities are there. And there's also for undergrad students specifically, we have the study abroad aspect of it. So you can actually study abroad for a semester or for the full year in one of the 300 universities that we are partners with. It's a long list of partners. However, every subject will have certain partners, and you need to kind of figure out which is the partner that you would like to go for your study abroad. It's a wonderful thing because you study in another prestigious university in another country. It's a great experience to kind of broaden your horizon and all that. Okay. So we also offer short courses at King's. Now, short courses are a great way to get a taste of university life and also to prepare for university, right? So last year we started the winter school. It became so popular that we are offering it again. So last year it was started as an experiment, during the pandemic to give this flavor of King's. However, it was so popular and again so much in demand that we are offering it again. So it is for a particular age group. It is for 15 to 17-year-olds. It's a 1 week short online course. So this is an online program that we offer. It takes place in February because, well, it's so cold in February in London. So it is definitely a winter school time. And these are the dates that it's 14th to 18th really. And these are the subject areas with 2 new subjects this year. So last year there were 3 and now there are 5. And the tuition fees are mentioned. There's an application fee as well, and applications have opened for those. So this is really for the slightly younger students who are in school. And we have something for those who are like 16 to 18-year-olds. So those who are, let's say high school students, right? So this is for them. So it is a great way to experience the subject area you may want to go on to study at the undergrad level. So at the summer school they become a full-time student, and you're taught for 2 weeks, and you're taught by King's academics. So you're on campus for this, right? So you're on campus for this. So this is not an online program. You have to be in London, and London becomes, your classroom as well. There are things that are the social events are organized, academic events are organized. So you learn in the classroom, you learn outside the classroom, you have fun outside the classroom, and all that. So it's everything at King's has a strong academic objective. So of course, you learn something extremely worthwhile and valuable. And all the students, even I have done a summer school, and I felt that it was possibly the best academic experience that I had in that short period. And I have heard students come and tell me that, I have not really studied it. I have not really studied abroad. I've studied in my home country. However, I did the summer school at King's, and when I go for job interviews, I mean, the employers are not looking at my postgraduate degree. They're not looking at my undergrad degree. They're picking out things that I have done in my summer school and asking me about them straight away. So that is what is intriguing. I mean, you learn in a way which is you learn. You're so engaged. You give your best for the program, and it stays with you for a long time, right? So fun way of learning something valuable which you will never forget. So that is why it is popular, and we're back on campus. And then we have summer school for those who are studying in their university, right? So if you're studying in your, or even if you're a graduate, you can still do. I mean, this has no upper age limit really. So it's a university level summer school if you're interested in exploring a new subject, or you want to expand your existing knowledge, or you want to develop your life skills or career skills. Yeah. So this kind of gives you an opportunity to experience all this world-class teaching from the experts. So these are summer school experts. The academics are experts at teaching short courses, and therefore, and you also connect with students from across the world. So that is another aspect. You kind of you connect, and you kind of mix with students from literally so many different countries. So that also kind of adds on to the flavor of this experience. right? So all the details are here. There are lots of courses. I could just put in a few courses here. There are more subject areas that you can take up. It's there in the website, so do have a look. So when we say that our applications are very competitive, so whenever we are chatting with students, we say it's really competitive, you need to put in a good application. So what do we mean by competitiveness at King's? So this is, I'm talking about the undergrad bit a little more rather than the postgrad. So at the but it's equally competitive really at the postgrad level. So at the undergrad, we have about 150 plus courses. However, we received approximately 66,000 applications in 2021, right? But the interesting fact is that that 50% of all the applications were for just 15 courses. And within the top 3 courses, which attracted the largest number of applications, has been business management, law, and all the biomedical science courses, right? So you definitely need to put in a strong application. However, international relations, psychology, computer science, general engineering, these have also become extremely popular, right? So in fact, computer science is now so popular at the undergrad level that we've had to increase our entry requirement. So now it's like 776 with 6 in maths, right? Also accounting and finance became so popular that we had to increase the entry requirement. So let's focus on the entry requirement for the undergrad courses. They will of course vary as per the course and the qualification of the applicant. So let's say if you're doing A-levels or IB, then these are the requirements really. So let's say for law, if you're doing the IB, then we're looking at 35 points overall, 766 in the 3 HL subjects. So there is no, now the thing is that for majority of our courses, we ask for an overall of 35 in IB, right? However, the HLs are important. We're not really focusing on the SLs. The HLs are important. And for some courses, there could be subject-specific requirements, right? So law doesn't have any specific subject requirements. So you can have any subject combination in your IB and you can apply for law. However, you will also have to write your LNAT. I'll come to that in a bit. So business management, again, 35.766 in the 3 HLs. Computer science is not mentioned here, but yeah, computer science has become 35 points overall and 776. Like I said, maths is required for that. Biomedical engineering, well, we ask for 35 points, 665 at HL with HL maths and HL physics. So both are required with HL maths and HL physics, okay? So culture, media, and creative industries, we are asking for 35 points, 665 in the 3 HL. So wherever, wherever I've not mentioned any particular subject, then that means any specific subject requirement is not there. But of course, these are just a few courses that I've put up. There are so many that you need to, whatever is your, whatever is your preferred subject, you need to look at that. There's BSc chemistry with, again, 35 points overall, 665 at the higher levels. You have to have 6 in HL chemistry and grade 6 in either biology, maths, and physics, okay? So similarly, there is BSc psychology, right? So again, we are asking for 766 in the high levels. And you have to have a 6 in high level in either biology, chemistry, maths, physics, or psychology, right? So yeah, I've given you a few examples here. So you can check for the specific course. Now, those who are, taking on a US qualification, right? So US qualification is, we are looking at let's say, combinations of APs, ACT or SAT. But yes, SAT is also there. We do accept the SAT as well. And so the 3 APs and the ACT, I mean, look at the combinations that we accept. So 3 APs and the ACT, 3 APs and the SAT, or just 5 APs, 3 SAT subject tests and the ACT, 3 SAT subject tests and the SAT, right? So again, when we say 3 APs, you will have to see what score we ask in those APs, right? So 555 in 3 APs. If it is, depending on the subject really, if it's for law, then we'll ask for 555s in the 3 AP subjects. If it's a SATR that student has, then 1380 in that, right? So again, it's quite a long list really. So if you have specific queries, then I can address those. So we can move on. Now, some of you may not be eligible for direct entry, right? So we have the foundation for you. So depending on, it really depends on your qualifications. Now, if you are doing just the US diploma, or if you're doing a combination of the US diploma and you know, and the national school certificate, so you need to, we would kind of accept those qualifications. So however, certain scores would be required, of course. So for the US diploma, we'll ask for the 3.2 on 4 GPA. And for the high school diploma, the leisure diplomacy, we will ask for 70% overall in the final year. Plus there could be like subject requirements, right? Right. So of course, for the UKVI, for the foundation, you need the UKVI IELTS. Now that is mandatory. If you need a visa, you will need the UKVI IELTS if you're going for foundation. Right? So minimum we ask for 6 overall with no skill below 5.5. So that's what we ask for. Okay. And just one bit of information that if you are slightly low on your IB score or A-level scores, if you have like 32 overall, 555 in your IB scores, there are certain courses that you can apply for through foundation. Okay? So foundation basically is 1 extra year that you need to do. It is not, also it's important to remember that it's not like a automatic progression to your degree. Okay, you have to score a grade B in most of the foundations, or a grade A maybe. You know, depending on the course that you would be progressing on to. So you need to have the right scores as well to progress. Okay, so 90%, 91, 92% of our students progress on to degree. Okay, and our foundation is kind of recognized by almost every university. So even if you are not, for some reason, you're not being able to, you have not got progression onto the degree, then you can, at King's, then you can go to another university. Right. So how do you apply? How do you apply for undergrad application? So you apply directly through the UCAS. Okay, and BEB will be able to help you with the applications. They understand the application system very well. So I'm sure if you have any queries on that, they can address that. So it's really very simple, 5 choices, the 1 person statement, there's a SPE, and there are deadlines that you have to take care of, right? So 15th October is a deadline for medicine dentistry courses, and rest of the courses, it's 26th of Jan. You must apply by 26th of Jan, okay? So let me focus on what we look at. So we look at predicted scores, okay? So we look at predicted scores. So we need to see that you are suitably qualified. We will see whether you have written a good personal statement. That is, you have a genuine enthusiasm for the subject, right? We would like to see your proven academic report, so your previous qualification. We look at it, we want to see how you've done. We need one reference. We may need aptitude tests. So for law, LLB, we will ask for LNAT, and for MBBS, we'll ask for UCAT. Now, MBBS, that's medicine. There will be interviews. It's usually interviews are mainly for medicine and some nursing courses. Not the other courses don't require interviews, and medicine also requires work experience. So if we look at the postgraduate entry requirements, right? So postgraduate, well, we are okay with the lisans diplomacy. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. So that's the bachelor degree that you have in Turkey. So let's say, to give you some examples, there's LLM, or for MSc International Management or other management programs, for international relations, or for data science, for advanced computing programs, for culture and creative industries, or media programs. We ask for a high 2.1. So equivalent of that is a GPA of 3.25 out of 4 from your bachelor's degree, right? And if you're looking at some other courses, like let's say MSc Engineering with Management, or let's say all the psychology courses that we have at the master's level, and other courses as well, we will ask for 2.1, equivalent of 2.1, that is a GPA of 3.25 out of 4. Okay, and very important, the English language test is compulsory. Okay, it's compulsory. So we ask for an IELTS of either 7 or 6.5, and some courses are okay with 6. So it depends on the course. What is the English language requirement? We are okay with quite a few tests. So some of them are IELTS, TOEFL, PTE. Okay, so depending on the course, the English language test requirement will vary, and you'll have to refer to the website to see what is the exact requirement for that particular course. So again, for how to apply for postgraduate programs. So applications are made through the website. So now we work with BEB, who is our partner. So they will have an agent portal, and that is linked to our application portal. So therefore, applications can be made through their agent portal. All right. So we would require some documents which need to be uploaded, like the degree transcripts, one reference, statement of purpose, English language test. Now, English language test, you can submit it later, not a problem. However, the other documents need to be there. I mean, if the reference is not, I mean, don't need you just need to write the official email ID of your referee in your application. So the admissions will send a mail to that email ID to request the reference for you. Okay, so really where document uploading is concerned, it's really the degree transcripts, the transcripts that you had so far from your degree. You can be in the final year of your qualification, your bachelor's degree, and still apply. That's no problem with that. So we will, if you are successful, then you'll be made a conditional offer. So the academic condition will be to submit your final degree scores with a certain percentage, and you must attain a particular score, right? Now, yeah, the statement of purpose is something which you can write on the portal, or you can attach it additionally. Okay. Now, applications have opened, so applications are pouring in right now. However, the deadline is 25th of March. You have some time. This is the application window. However, don't apply at the end of March, because there is a whole lot of applications which come in and admissions gets very busy. So this is a good time to apply actually before Christmas, and admissions, the whole huge influx of applications have not started as yet. So this is a good time to apply for admissions, to kind of for the admissions tutor to have a look at the application. However, we do take a bit of time. It can take almost 2 months, sometimes even more in certain cases, to come up with an outcome. So you need to be a little patient, right? So this is the pace at King's for quite a few applications are slow. Okay, so you have to kind of wait a little patiently for the outcome. So what do we look for in an application at the postgrad level? So we look for degree scores. They need to match our entry requirement. We see the personal statement, very important. I'll talk a little bit about the personal statement. I just hope I am not running out of time. So we look at the academic reference or references. We look at the English language test score is not assessed. You just have to have the right scores. And if you have some work experience, then you can attach actually a CV if you want. It's not mandatory, but it is up to you. So if the course requires work experience, then you have to attach it. You have to have that work experience. And very few courses will have interviews. Some courses will have additional essays. So let's say management, international management is an additional question that you need to write in the personal statement. English language, English courses will have an additional piece of writing that maybe, that you will have to upload. So again, when you are applying, you really have to check what all documents you need to submit. So it's really important that you have a look at the course, all the details, every bit of it, and then only put in the application. Now let's focus on the personal statement a bit. So at the undergrad level, you have, you're applying to 5 universities, let's say, or 5 choices, and you write one personal statement for that. And at the postgrad level, you're applying to different universities, as many as you want, or whatever is your choice. However, you have to write multiple personal statements. So if you write one personal statement and send it to all the different universities, it will not work for King's. That much I can tell you. For King's, you need to focus on the King's course and write your personal statement. Okay, it is a personal statement. It is not a general statement, right? So just be mindful of that. So what should be the content? Let's see. So essentially, why you have chosen the subject area. So the admissions tutor, they mainly want to understand a few things. Why you've chosen this subject area, what skills and competencies you have which make you suitable to study this subject area. What have you done inside and outside the school or university, which kind of relates to this subject or this course, and have you learned anything from your extracurricular activities which could be relevant to the subject area, right? So maybe the extracurricular activity per se is not relevant. However, what you've learned from it may be, right? And do you know what you would like to do after your degree? If you do, then how this course will help you kind of achieve that, okay? And for some subjects, we may also look for participation and achievement in scholastic activities like reading, writing, debating, theological interest, and so on. So I believe there's some interest for PhD as well. So PhD is a little different. You have to really contact the right academic first. It's the link for that is kclpure.kcl.ac.uk. So if you click on that link, then you get the kind of the details of the supervisors and what their research is. So you have to contact them. Now, if the academic, likes your research proposal and your profile, then what he or she will do is they will respond to your email, and once you get a positive response from the supervisor, only then you should be applying for the course, right? So only when they're happy to supervise you, you need to make a formal application. So of course, PhD applications happen throughout the year. So there are 4 entry points: January, April, June, and September. Yeah, there are lots of health projects which are advertised online, and this is the link for that. Okay, so very briefly, careers. Well, King's, there is a big career service for the entire university. There's one for law, there's one for management. So from the careers service, students get lots of guidance, lots of employer-led workshops, lots of networking opportunities. They also offer interview practice and guidance. So they organize career fairs and events, the law fair, the legal week, the professional future series. There's so many things that they organize. They organize about 1,000 events throughout the year. Of course, you don't attend all of them. You attend what is applicable to you, right? And yeah, I mean, lots of wonderful opportunities come up. And because of our connections, there will be opportunities exclusive to King students. For example, Linklaters, they're running a scholarship program for first-year students. Hopefully it is confirmed for 2022 as well. So we're just awaiting that information. Right. So there are other things also. I'm not getting into that. Because of all the things that Careers does and all the opportunities, we are one of the most targeted universities in the UK by employers. We are 4th in employability, and our graduates, they get the 2nd highest salaries in the UK, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm not talking much about the tuition fees. It's there in your screen, and you will have to you'll have to refer to that particular course that you are wanting to study. So this is kind of a range at the undergrad and postgrad level. Living expense is about £15,000 for the year, which includes your accommodation and food and travel, etc. Scholarships for undergrad is very few. Last year we just had for geography. This year we are waiting for information. Usually from January onwards we get the information. And for postgrad, last year we had scholarships for these courses. Not sure whether they'll be continued this year. Hopefully the management scholarships will be continued. The law scholarships will be continued. We have to wait and see. So usually all the information more or less is confirmed from January onwards where scholarships are concerned. Okay? There's of course accommodation. There are 10 halls of residences. The undergrads are guaranteed in the first year. Foundation students are guaranteed for 2 years. And of course you can stay on for the entire time at King's, in King's residences if you wish, right? There are different kinds of options. The prices also vary from 150 to 410. So yeah, I mean, you'll have to see what suits your requirements, your budget, etc. And we have something called the Unibuddy, which is the chat system with, you can chat with students and academics, right? So you can chat with them regarding maybe the course, maybe how it is to live in London, or anything that you really want to ask. There are loads of students on Unibuddy. You can, I mean, even if they don't match your exact course, you can still ask questions which which usually students are able to answer. And you can also connect with academics. Academics are also there on Unibuddy. Okay, so this is really it. I'm sorry I took a bit longer than I should have. So I'll just end my presentation here, and please feel free to ask me any questions.
Well, thank you very much, Dolan, for your presentation. It was really useful, I think. We can wait for a couple of minutes for the questions. There is already one question that, did I misunderstand, or is the winter course at King's is going to be online?
Yes, the winter school is going to be online. But the summer programs, the summer short courses, the summer school programs will be on campus.
Thank you. Let me check. Do you offer dormitory, dining hall, and book scholarship opportunities for master's students?
So residences, you mean, right? So residences, yeah, we do offer residences. So we have 10 residences which are managed by King's. Now they are mostly self-catered. That means you have to cook. So there are very well furnished kitchens in every floor. So you have to kind of cook your own food. That's a system really in most of the, in the Western world where you kind of cook your own food. However, there is also the intercollegiate halls of residences, which is not exclusive to King's, but it is also open to students from other universities in London, which are located in London. So mostly the University of London colleges. So those halls are catered. So you will get your meals at certain times. Yeah.
Thank you.
And sorry, there was another part to the question.
Yeah, book scholarship opportunities for master students.
Scholarships, yeah, I just spoke about scholarship that we don't have full information as yet, because usually we get the information from January onwards. I'll post the links in the chat box, the useful links, maybe that will help you. So I have got some links here. I'll just put it in the chat box. So there is information on UG funding, PG funding, and yeah, online application events and so on. So a few links over there. And of course, the registration link is also given. So those who have not registered, please do register.
Thank you. There is one Turkish question. Let me translate for you. One of our attendees has GPA of 3.40 for master's course, but her GPA is lower than 3.25 for UG course. So is it possible to get acceptance for a master's degree course with the 3.40 GPA of master's degree?
You have to match our entry requirement. That's really, really, really important, because it's so competitive, right? So we, if you don't have the right scores, if you have lower than what we're asking for, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be, yeah, I mean, if the course is popular, if the course is, extremely competitive, like the management courses or international relations or data science, then you shouldn't apply at all. I mean, yeah, because they're just oversubscribed, extremely popular. We get too many applications. So that's, you absolutely have to meet the requirement. So we ask for a 3.25 out of 4 from the bachelor's degree for certain courses, right? So I hope if you have to get that, you have to have that, to apply.
And there is one more question from the same attendee. Can you also mention about mental health, ethics, and law and global health courses? More information about that.
Okay. Well, my friend, I will have to, give you the links for that. Mental health, I mean, psychology, these are very popular courses. And, we have about like 25, 26 courses in the psychology department in the faculty. And they're all very sought after, because we produce the largest amount of research from the department. It's the largest amount of research in the world. So it's these are all extremely enriching courses. The details, because there are so many, there are about like I said, 25, 26 only in in that faculty. So the details of the course, exact modules, you will have to kind of look up the website. I can give you the links, but it is very difficult to kind of remember all the huge number of modules that are there of so many courses. So I don't want to risk saying something different. I'll send you I can post the link in a bit. Yeah. So yes. Yeah.
Thank you. There's another question. Do you have pre-sessional courses for PhD students?
Pre-sessional courses in English.
Yeah.
So we have pre-sessional courses in English. Yeah, they're open for PhD as well. However, it is only in certain time of the year. So pre-sessional happens only in August. Yeah, so it'll happen in August. It depends on how long the pre-sessional is. So it could be different weeks. It could be up to 6 weeks also. So it has to start before the session starts in September, right? So prior to that, so it could be 6 weeks, it could be 8 weeks, it could be 6 weeks, it could be a little shorter than that. So we have different duration of the course of the pre-sessionals depending on what is your IELTS score, how much you have to make up.
Thank you very much. I'm keep checking the questions.
Sure.
And we can maybe also share the link for our registration form once again. Let me.
Yeah, I have actually shared again. So if you want, I can share it again. Yeah. Where is it?
I can share it. It's with me.
I've got it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one actually. Yeah, exactly. That's the one. So I'll give the mental health program link, or I'll give the psychology faculty link. I think that will be better because there are so many courses. So yeah, this is postgraduate taught programs in psychology. Okay.
So we can wait for a minute, maybe. So I think we covered all the questions. Thank you so much once again, Dolan. And yeah, there's one more. Could you share with the link of conflict security department, if you have one?
Yeah, we have a war studies department. We have global affairs. So I'll share the full faculty. So yeah. Okay.
And there's one more question regarding summer school. What kind of things included in summer school's price? Is that price for only the school?
Okay. So with summer school, is it referring to? Is it like the undergraduate, the pre-university one, or is it for those who are in university already?
Let me check.
So anyway, I can talk about both. So if it's for those who are in high school,
Pre-university one.
Pre-university one, yeah. Yeah, so there are two kinds of fees really. So one is the residential fee and one is the non-residential fee. So residential is, of course, if you're taking on accommodation as well at the university, then that would be £3,675. And if it is non-residential, if you are not taking up accommodation with us, then it will be $2,475. So this is the cost of studying there. So with the residential one, it includes both the tuition fee as well as the accommodation fee.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Yeah, these are all questions that we covered. Thank you so much once again for your information and presentation. And we hope to see you in Turkey soon. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully, yeah. Okay, before I leave, I'll just paste the pre-university summer school link in case it's helpful. Okay. So wonderful. Thank you so much, Imran. Thank you, Bibi, and thanks all of you. Really nice to interact with you. Thank you for the questions. Okay.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much. Have a great day for you. Have a nice evening.
Sure.
Thanks. Teşekkür ederiz. İyi akşamlar dileriz.